and we are back with the Halloween origins and traditions. Now, the scariest and sweetest day of the year is Halloween. There's no escape. People have been scaring each other for as much as 2,000 years. But where does this tradition come from? Why do we carve Jackolanterns and put masks on? What is the real reason we go trick-or-treating? Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click that subscribe button and of course the bell button so you'll be notified when we have new videos for you. Why do we really celebrate what seems like a very scary tradition? How did it become so much fun? And isn't it just an American retail holiday? We will dig up the facts and have a closer look at the traditions behind Halloween. Are you scared yet? Better lock that door. Let's have a closer look at Halloween. Halloween comes from the name All Hallows Evening, and it's actually celebrated on the evening of October the 31st, and it really includes the following day, November the 1st, which is All Saints Day, and it also includes the 2nd of November, which is All Souls Day. On All Saints Day, the Catholic Church and most Lutheran churches celebrate all the saints in their religion. Since there are so many saints, it's not really practical to have a day for each one of them, so around the year 730, it was decided to establish one day to celebrate and remember all the saints. Now in the year 835, All Saints Day was officially moved to the 1st of November by the Pope Boniface IV. All Souls Day is the day when all deceased family members, relatives and friends are remembered. I'm sure that many of you have seen the Disney movie Coco. In this movie, it is Dia de los Muertos which is celebrated. Now, this is basically the Mexican version of Halloween. A big difference is that the death and the dead are celebrated and remembered. Now, this tradition has even crossed the Pacific Ocean to the Philippines, which celebrate Halloween with a Mexican twist. Now, in the American version of Halloween, death is something to be scared of. A main reason for this big difference is that many Halloween traditions have their roots in Ireland and in old Celtic celebrations, whereas the Dia de los Muertos is a mix of the Spanish Halloween and an old Aztec festival. Now let's get back to the Halloween that most of us know. October and November is a time when seasons change from autumn to winter in Europe. And even before Christianity, this was a time to celebrate that the harvest time was over and the long dark evenings were coming. It all started with the Celts from Ireland, who were celebrating their own Samhain or Summer's End Festival. During this change of seasons from summer to winter, it was believed that spirits and fairies could more easily cross into our world. Therefore, offerings such as food and drinks were given to their gods. Now, when the Celts became Christian, their old ways and traditions were basically absorbed into the new Christian tradition of All Saints and All Souls Day. Now, the British and the Irish, they are believed to have mixed their old customs with the new traditions that came with Christianity. They would be told their fortunes, bonfires were lit to prevent the souls of the dead from falling to earth, and later they were lit to keep the devil away. Now, candles would be lit, prayers would be said for the dead. Basically, it was now a Christian tradition. Already 500 years ago, groups of people would be dressed in costumes and go from house to house, usually reciting verses or songs in exchange for food. It is believed that they would accept the food and the offerings on behalf of dead souls, and maybe even say a prayer for the dead. Now, this has been turned into the modern tradition of trick or treat. Now, the Celts would also dress up and wear masks on Halloween, basically to confuse ghosts and spirits roaming the earth. The spirits and ghosts would see the masks and believe that these people were ghosts or spirits as well. Now, wearing costumes and playing pranks at Halloween spread to England, and later in the 19th and 20th century, it spread to America. Irish and British immigrants brought these traditions of Halloween to the USA when millions of them moved to America because of the failed potato harvest. And it actually became a national holiday just only about 80 years ago in America. Traditionally, Pranksters would use hollowed out turnips as lanterns during Halloween. In America, this changed a bit simply because they saw the big pumpkins there. They actually make for a much better lantern. Now, where does this tradition come from, which is today known as Jackolantern? Well, it still comes from Ireland. Now, the name is believed to come from the Irish legend of Stingy Jack, who was actually a drunkard who bargained with Satan. He was kicked out of hell, he was kicked out of heaven, and he's doomed to roam the earth with only a hollowed out turnip to light his way. In the happy 1950s in the USA, companies started producing and selling Halloween costumes and Halloween products such as plastic pumpkins for collecting candies. Now, up until then, the Halloween costumes were usually homemade and they actually looked kind of really scary. Now, it was also in the 1950s that the candy companies started introducing specialized candy and chocolate for Halloween. Now, today the biggest holiday for candy sales is no longer Christmas or Easter, it's actually Halloween, at least in the USA. In the USA alone, there would be sold an amazing amount of candy. It's actually $9 billion worth of candy that would be sold just for Halloween. Now, that is the same as about 300,000 tons of candy. No wonder the ghosts don't look scary anymore. Malls and amusement parks started their annual Halloween traditions to the joy of many. Now, they were introducing new rides, exhibitions, Halloween parades, as well as pumpkin contests for the largest pumpkins or even the best decorated pumpkins. Even today we see all over the world amusement parks and malls decorating and introducing new exhibits just for Halloween. It is actually only over the last few decades that the American version of Halloween have spread across the world. Now, it's really due to popular movies and of course to the retail shops and the malls. And of course, do not forget the candy companies, the chocolate companies. They are taking a very big part in promoting Halloween around the world. Now, for Halloween you can today find haunted attractions, ghosts, zombies, gold parades, as well as kids going trick-or-treating around the world. It's not just a Christian tradition anymore, this has actually become an international phenomenon. Halloween has turned into a real party tradition. We create and serve food and drinks to fit the Halloween theme. Some are scary, some are cute, but all the food and all the drinks usually taste amazingly scarily good. And it's not just us who are celebrating Halloween. Even our pets have joined in, and we dress them up for Halloween. Now, people actually create the most amazing costumes for their dogs, cats, and other pets. And today you can even buy Halloween costumes for animals in pet stores. Now, New York City and many other cities across the US even have Halloween pet parades. And that is just incredible when considering that this is supposed to be a scary and frightening tradition. Now let the fun begin. Scare your friends and neighbors and bring your dog along. Let us know in the comments below what Halloween tradition you are celebrating.